So, if what I do and what I talk about is so dependent on how a person works, who they are, their particular path, if there isn't a set method, then how do you work online at a distance? How do you do courses? It's a good thing to be aware of what can be useful and what will have a harder time. If you're going to do a course or something, then, or, play with some of the things I put out there, I've worked very carefully at making these things not headed toward a certain outcome, but something that will uncover yourself for you, something that will make these experiences things that they'll adjust to who you are. If you do something like a breath hold or a tension exercise, everybody's going to do it different according to their own manner, and so their experience will be unique, and it will be what they need. It will be appropriate to them, and there'll be blind spots too. And we stumble forward. It's not a linear process, but so what I put out there is designed specifically and particularly for the kind of work that I do, is something that will create a unique and appropriate experience in whoever does it, or hopefully appropriate. I mean, nothing's theoretically perfect. It all just is what it is. But I stand on the shoulders of giants, and I have some practice with it. So, what do you get when you work one-on-one, particularly in person? Because that's my favorite way of working. If the work that I do, that I put out there for the world in general, is my perspective, and therefore very useful, I hope, I think, that's why I'm doing this. But it's not. It helps you experience a different perspective. It helps bring you what you get when you work one-on-one with me is my vision and my particular ability to wake things up in people, that goes pretty far. And I know from my own experience, when I've been around people that have this type of ability, it's significantly more specific than what I get from a drill. Not that I'm ever not satisfied by doing my own work, but it's amazing what somebody with good eyes can pick out. So that's what I offer specifically, is my vision and abilities at making connections, sparking things, telling stories that are specific to your context and situation and your perspective, perception, to help you catch fire, wake up, and make use of what's around you. So, I can do that online somewhat. The more I have a sense of a person, the better. But I find that distance is not a barrier by any means. honestly, I love to do this. There's a perspective that I want to share that I'm sharing. My favorite thing that is beyond what makes sense to me or what is sort of within my mind is what happens when I'm just around people. So it's a special thing for me. And the feedback I get is that it's special for others as well. Because fundamentally, this is not about drawing lines anywhere within ourselves or outside of ourselves and saying that this is about me and me alone. No, this is about my relationship with what I call other, with community, with men and women, with all those other opportunities to see our judgments and our fears. So, I look forward to playing with you however it is that you feel called to participate. So, welcome and let's go.